All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. Welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I am joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzak. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm good.
Doing good?
I'm good. Drinking the Wisconsin beer. I'm
always
always doing
we're
good.
A little Wisconsin beer, so you always know it's going to be a good episode. If we're on the same side of the table, you know it's a motherfucking guest episode. So I'm excited for our guest today, man. Because I haven't seen this guest in, I don't know, fucking 8-9 years, man. We started out in Savannah together. Y'all give it up for Mr. Zach and Courtney Albers.
Bang,
how y'all doing?
Bang.
What's up? Thanks for having us, guys.
Oh, man, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for
So,
the beer. Nice little hospitality.
Yeah. So y'all came down to Georgia. What'd y'all do since you've been down here? What have y'all done?
Yeah, we just took a vacation. We never really had a honeymoon after we got married in October.
So you got married, what, like 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we almost went on a honeymoon. I had gotten these tickets on it was crazy. I was like, because Zach loves cruises, and I've never been on cruise before. And I was like, all right, let's go on a cruise for a honeymoon.
I just learned so much about Zach right now.
Like, I love cruises. All right.
And he has a crazy story about the cruise too, but he loves cruises. And so like Cyber Monday, I got like this like deal, like $500 for like 5 days in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah, but you don't get to pick your room right away. They like pick it for you later on. And I was like,
musical chairs.
I was like, yeah, no big deal. And then like a few months later, they're like, oh, we picked out your room. And it was, and I was like, maybe it was like a small bed or like obviously no windows, but it was bunk beds, single. It was single bed bunk beds, and one of them was a Murphy bed. And I was like, all right, I'm a cool girl, but I'm not fucking spending my honeymoon in a bunk bed on a cruise. So
I'm a cool girl, but I'm not a bunk bed on my honeymoon.
Like, what are we gonna do? Like, fuck, and then let's like high five from like, nice job, good night, see you tomorrow.
Well, that's why one of them's a Murphy bed. Get out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm about to break that Murphy bed.
Oh my God, dude! Imagine in the middle, just Murphy bed just snaps up.
So so then this was like our vacation, and we're like, okay, we'll come to Atlanta, hang out at Lake House, go to a Braves game.
You can't fuck on a bunk bed and have buffet and call that a honeymoon. Like that's just
that
unacceptable.
doesn't count.
Buffet can be part of the honeymoon. I'm not gonna lie.
No matter how much bad weed is available at the location.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all enjoy the cruise?
No,
we didn't go.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you go?
I'm waiting. Yeah, I was like, I called them up and I was like,
I thought you were just gonna go and be like, this isn't the honeymoon, but $400, whatever.
Yeah, I called them up and I was like, is there any? I was like, I'm gonna get married. I was trying to be like Bridezilla about it. I was like, come on, and they were like, no, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll wait for the next one to come around.
Thank God. I mean, we looked it up before we actually got on the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Just walked in like, wait, hold up, we got bunk beds? Like,
Oh, that would have been a bad day. Yeah. That would have been the worst start to a marriage you could have.
I honestly think it would have been fine. Like, we would have honestly made it work, but
That quiet argument from bunk beds.
I feel like you would probably not even say anything right away. You just see it and be like, and then just simmer for days. It would be tough.
It would be my fault. So if anybody was gonna get mad, it would be Zach. Like,
I wouldn't have even got mad. I think you would have been upset, and I would have been like, well, I had a bunk bed when I was a kid. Like, I would have tried to justify it. Like,
and I'm like, oh, thanks. Thank you for listening to me.
Yeah.
It's like a comfortable prison cell. It's not that bad.
And it was a carnival cruise, so I was like, let's just go out there and see black people say funny stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
let's go out there and black people watch.
Dance. I want to do the Cupid shuffle.
Okay, so that didn't work out. You came to Atlanta.
Yeah, so this is like our redemption honeymoon. Yeah. So, but I really do want to go on one time because like, yeah, I feel like you've been on like what, 5 of them?
3.
3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one time he was a star, I heard.
Oh.
You were the
favorite.
star of the cruise? That's never good.
Yeah. They had a little 2-on-2 basketball tournament, like up on the top deck or whatever.
How old were these kids you were playing against?
Well,
He was 35, and they were 6.
I was in my prime.
Okay.
Just dunking on 12-year-olds.
No, I dunked on an old Asian man.
Oh, okay. It's old people, dude.
You could get it too, bro.
Yeah.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like Miyagi.
The whole time you're like, this is why I can't buy a house. Just taking out generational rage in a basketball game.
Legitimately broke his ankles.
I was, I don't know, about 18. And, yeah, walking around on the boat. And they were like, were you in that basketball tournament yesterday? And I was like, yeah. And they're just like, did you dunk on that old Asian man? And I'm like, you damn right I did.
They're like, yeah, we need to speak to you. Actually, he filed an assault charge.
We're going to have to move you into the brig, which is just bunk beds, basically.
Moving the honeymoon suite.
Yeah, no, I was about to drive the boat, I think.
That's awesome. Yeah, we had a similar experience with somebody in our group, but it was the belly flop contest. He was quite the star.
No.
Oh, yeah, he went all the way in.
Was he a big boy?
At the belly
No.
flop, you are a star.
That's the whole
Yeah.
thing. He wasn't a big boy, but he just went for it.
That's a bad day for the big boy, though.
Yeah.
Like, damn it.
He
This
got
is a
robbed,
hard
dude.
game.
Yeah. Our big boy was like, that was my only shot of being cool.
Yeah.
How do you be good at a belly flop? That seems insane.
You just don't put your like your arms or your legs in
You
at the
just
last
watch
second, and you just eat
Oh.
it. And the person who
Yeah.
eats it just without flinching, you're like, that person's dead inside.
They
That
can take the
rules.
most
Yeah,
amount of
everyone-
pain.
Yeah.
You watch a bunch of Chris Farley videos, and then
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
like, all right.
That
let
guy
me
needs
do-
leather to come.
Yeah.
For sure, dude. Tasers are involved. You're like, this guy likes to get hurt.
Yeah.
Same.
If you dunk on an old Asian man, you kill in the belly flop, and then you have the best karaoke set,
Oh,
you
I
a
bet.
star for
Yeah.
like a week.
I bombed karaoke.
At that point, you're leading the conga line.
You are front of the conga line for sure. I bombed karaoke. I did karaoke on the cruise and did not realize that it was only like 10 people sign up. So I went up there and I signed up to be funny because I was blacked out. I was so drunk and I was like, this is going to be awesome. And then the first 2 people went up and were so for real. Like the first lady got up and was belting it out. The next dude did My Way by Frank Sinatra. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna look like a dickhead doing Toby, doing Toby Keith, and I'm
Oh,
slurring
you
my
did.
words.
For some reason, in my head, you were going ba with the bottom. I was
Yeah.
assuming that was
I
the
did.
song.
Should have
Yeah.
been a cowboy, and no one liked it. Like, the whole room was like, not country fans.
Damn, you got to read the room. I mean,
I had already
You gotta
signed
read the
up.
boat.
Once
Yeah.
I read the room, I'd
Yeah.
already signed up, and I was like, oh, I would have done something else. I would have
Yeah.
done Forgot About Dre and killed that room.
yeah.
More of a Limp Bizkit crowd.
As the room filled in, I was like, oh no. This is-
Karaoke is no joke in some places. Like cruises, I would imagine. LA, it's like that. It's
really?
insane.
It's like that in Nashville.
yeah, you're like, okay. I mean,
But sometimes
I'm
it's
sorry you
sad.
didn't make it.
It's sadder if you're like for real with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Stop. Like it's more fun if you're terrible. Like
Right.
you being good at this makes me sad.
I feel like one good person. Yeah, right. One good person in like
It's
a
a
sea
lot
of
like
bad shit
open
is
mics in
awesome
that
because you're
way.
like you've been hearing people do like bad raps the whole time, and then you
Yeah.
see somebody go up and you're like, fuck yeah, and they get to be
Yeah.
like the Mac of the whole night.
Yes.
But then when everybody is like, this is my moment to prove
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
prove why I should have gotten that part.
Fuck you, Dad. You know?
They like got their dad on FaceTime. You're like,
I
dude.
told you I'd
They
sing
love
on a
me.
stage.
Yeah. Asking for a round of applause. Shove it in my dad's face. Yeah, Chris Davison used to tell people before they go on stage, he's like, if you say the N-word in Savannah, I cannot save you. Because he runs karaoke and people would get up there and just
Why
like,
is that the lead-in, though?
but because he's like, listen, like if there's an
happens.
N-word in the song, he's like, do not
Even
say
for
it.
black people?
Well, black people's different. I'm talking about all the shitty like white kids that get up there and he's like, I cannot save you.
Yeah.
Like I cannot
That's
get on
fair.
stage fast enough.
Yeah.
People think I saw a girl do Redbone at a karaoke. A white girl did Childish Gambino's Redbone. And everybody's
Oh
like, she's
my
not
God.
gonna.
And she did?
She did.
Every single one. And somebody got on stage and took the mic away from her.
So
It's like-
good.
Good. Yeah.
I would have been in the back, like, respect. Yeah. Like, this is the way I sing it at home. Like,
She had a
Just the
dream and
white
she
girl
went for it.
confidence to do that is
That's what I was
amazing.
thinking. I was
She's like,
like,
Daddy will protect me no matter what I
the
do.
confidence to not read the room and be like, no, this is gonna rip.
No,
She's like, everyone's gonna love
I'm
this.
a cool girl.
I know to cut it out when I play like Pastor Troy at the house, like, and I'm just like, hey, because a lot of the Chicago dudes, they don't really know Pastor Troy like that. And then I play it, and they're like, ooh, this is banging.
Yeah.
When I'm singing along, I cut it out.
Yeah, you have to.
But if they saw me in my bedroom, I'm saying every one of them.
I always wanted to do a sketch with Derek in the car and just have somebody rapping something and then just pan over to their friend like. That's the end of the sketch. Just the fuck, dude.
Actually, I had two of my friends that did karaoke, and they did one like the In Paris song. and so it was a white guy, and he had they were two comedian friends, and one was white, one was black, and so like the white guy was doing all the words, and every time it was the N word, it was like it was funny.
Oh yeah, you have to have
that's how you can pull it off.
Yeah,
that's the only way.
A designated N-word sayer.
If somebody says something on the podcast, you could have it with like a black dude saying it. Just edit over.
Is it ethical if you just make it a button?
That was easy.
That's not what the person said. You beep it out with the N-word, and they're like, "That's not what I said. That is not what I said."
No. Or
that's a good idea.
Train your dog to like touch the button, like when they want to go outside, like whatever those little apparatuses are. Like,
that actually would be a funny sketch. You ever see those with like the dogs and they put like their hands on the thing and they say like food, whatever. Like just have it say like the N word.
It's like your black friend comes over and he's like, "Hey, that dog's fucking racist." It's just some Yorkie.
that's the only one it hits over and over and over again, and you're like, "Fuck! I didn't know you were like this."
It's more embarrassing
I'm like,
than when
God
your
damn,
dog.
I love this dog.
If your dog is aggressive towards a black person, you feel like you're being racist. You're like, I swear to God, I don't know. Do you have beef jerky in your pocket? I don't know what's going on, dude.
He never does this.
They're looking at you like, what do you have?
He's got a lot of black dog friends.
Yeah,
He hangs out with black labs all the time, dude. I don't know what his deal is.
I got pictures with him. Like,
I swear to God.
He sniffed a Rottweiler's butt just yesterday.
You're walking him out. You're like, Kramer, why would you do this?
Goddamn crazy.
I like the idea of like what if your dog got into conspiracies? Like your dog's like weather, Jews, weather, Jews.
You're
Jews,
like,
weather.
You're like, it always goes back to Jews with you, Wishbone.
Wishbone.
It's the
It's the reading dog. The only one that could learn that.
Yeah, you're right.
I learned more from Wishbone than I did from fucking school. That little
100%.
Turns out these days Wishbone read a little too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wishbone got in a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Big Mark Twain fan.
And I notice my dog's just QAnon now.
Yeah, my dog is totally into the Unabomber. He's reading his manifestos.
He quotes
He's in
it all
like
the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in a little hoodie. You're like, Wishbone.
He actually the other day barked at me until I got every button necessary for him to do the manifesto word for word. And some of those are hard to track down.
You had to record him yourself.
Do you know how hard it is to find a socialization button?
Yeah. They might be making dogs a little too self-aware.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Well, they had that one, like, there was, like, a little story about it where they were like, this dog kept talking about, like, dying or something, and they were like, this dog is self-actualizing.
Don't
like,
get it that
or
button.
something where everyone's like, what?
Yeah.
And, like, just pressing one of the buttons. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, this dog's just biting the button. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think.
You guys know The Onion?
Yeah.
They had an old video that all of the women in my family fell for.
I love that.
Oh, no.
And like my
love
my mom sent it to my sister and my dad. My dad laughed. My sister sent it to me. I laughed, and we just had to like break it to him because it was this thing about somebody had taught a gorilla that it will die. Like somebody taught a gorilla mortality, and they just like did fake voiceovers over of a gorilla signing. It's like life is cruel joke. Why doesn't?
I would have believed that,
And
too.
they all cried. They were all like, "Oh, it's so sad." And right at it says The Onion right at the bottom.
Yeah.
and it closes out with, next week we're going to do a story about teaching bunny rabbits that they will die too. It's like, if you don't see that's a joke.
I think that we're all going to get there.
Yeah.
We're going to be the
That
ones.
doesn't seem that
I'm
far
on
out of
the
the
way.
realm of like
Yeah.
with the way that
Your
we are
twin
going. That
daughters
doesn't seem that
are
crazy.
going to convince you
on
of
the
stuff
way.
that
I work with kids in high school at this
You
restaurant.
do?
I train them. Yeah. So I work with like 17, 18-year-old kids. Dude, the other day they were talking to each other, and I guess they were talking about music. I had no idea what they were saying. I was like, oh, it's happened. It's happened right before my eyes. I was like, I don't even know what to ask them. like they legitimately are speaking in another language.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, it's wild. And a lot of them are very not social because you can tell that they've spent a lot of time not socializing
Like
with
just
people. Yeah,
online, and so
it's
they're
like
just doing like weird like
they're very
bruh,
uncomfortable
bruh,
when
like
you talk to them.
Yeah.
It's like meme and Twitter talk. You know, they're just like, on God. You're like,
Yeah.
why are you
Right,
saying that?
yeah.
no cap.
Yeah, no
Why are you
cap.
saying
Yeah,
that?
that's the big one. No
When that guy
cap.
says on God at work, everybody goes, why? Why are you, what is that?
Yeah. Why are you on
Why
God?
do you
What is
have
on
a
God?
verbal tick?
Do you believe in God? I'm not even sure.
We're on him.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Yeah.
It'd be insane to be a teacher right now. There's no way.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of always. I assume that's how it's always been.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
I assume that the kids are always
Pre-internet,
doing
you had a
some new
little more
stupid
control.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
Well,
bit.
because you could lie more.
Yeah, that's true, dude. The
Lying-
power of lying was
Yeah.
Lying is a huge part of power.
Yeah, that's so true.
We're reading Dune. We know this.
Yeah.
that is a huge part of power. I never thought about that you could lie back then. Because
Yeah.
they lied to us all the time.
all the
dude.
time.
Mhm.
And we're gonna go look up the truth in an encyclopedia?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a break.
yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
what, am I going to find the letter? And oh, my God. Yeah. I guess I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I don't
Be
even
like
remember
some of the
Dewey
biggest
Decimal
moments in
System.
history, and there'd be like 2 paragraphs about it.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, this
No
is going to be
idea.
my book report.
This is this is all the information that I'm ever gonna have about this, unless I find a specific book.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's why it's like, Jesus Christ, no wonder they controlled the population.
Yeah.
It was so easy.
Yeah.
It was like dudes in an office going, should we? You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2
Right.
guys just like, I don't know. I heard this somewhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's the thing I miss about that time was just being 2 people in an argument at a bar, and the answer that you're both running with for the rest of your life is whatever the first stranger that has an answer
yeah.
says.
Yeah.
Dude, that is the worst when you get proven wrong of something and you start thinking about like, dude, I've told hundreds
Yeah.
of people this fact. I'm 36. You're like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
I've been spewing
I've
this.
done it.
I got a good one
That's a
about
tough
that.
day.
Oh no.
Man, one time, this was years and years before I met you, sweet baby girl.
Okay. I'm about to get jealous. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I don't.
So, yeah, I was seeing this girl, and one of them commercials came on about visit, like, Costa Rica. And she goes, you want to hear a fun fact about Costa Rica? And I was like, what's that? She goes, the number 1 cause of death there is coconuts falling on people's heads.
That's amazing.
I just start laughing, and I'm like,
It's definitely not true.
I thought
but-
she was joking.
Yeah. She's that serious.
Yeah. And then
Sounds about right.
I'm like, there's no way
Yeah.
that's the number 1 cause of
I
death.
feel like one person has died that way. And he was old. He was an old Asian man who was just dunked on.
Well, then she gets on her phone and she goes, it's cancer. And she goes, I think my mom told me that when I was a kid, and
She had that moment.
I think she had told hundreds of people.
She started thinking about every date she's been on. She's like, I'm a fool. A goddamn fool.
It was always me.
That's amazing. I feel bad for her.
Yeah, no, it was so funny.
That
so
moment of looking
disappointing.
at her phone and she goes, it's cancer. Just the glass shattered. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Is it even in the top 10?
yeah. There's
that is
no
something
way.
I would definitely parade around though.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
did you know? Like,
Did you know, dude? Every
like one time I had cockroaches, and for like months I was like, "Do you know that a cockroach can live without its head for 9 days?" Like everybody I talked to, like,
No.
they're like, "I don't care," and also, I was like,
Yeah. She's like at a wedding, and they're like, "Oh, there's coconuts."
You guys better be careful.
Get ready, dude. She's
Yeah.
about to tell you coconut facts. We have a girl that gets drunk and she does shark facts. And
Oh,
it's
yeah?
like,
Shark
that's how you
facts.
know baby girl needs to get an Uber home.
"Ooh."
When you're listening in on her talking to a guy at the bar, and she's like, "Well, actually, mako sharks can go out there." All right.
It's my kind of gal.
Sarah's
100%.
Dude, she's the best. One time she came over to my house and we were smoking weed. She's like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And I was like, "I don't know, just chill, I guess." And she's like, "You want to put something on TV?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "You want to do shark videos on YouTube?" I was like,
I mean,
"That is a
not
very
a bad call.
I was like, "That's a very
Nah.
specific thing, and I love it. I definitely would
Yeah.
love to smoke weed and watch shark videos with you,
That,
been into
that
chimps
lady
lately.
sounds like
Yeah.
my nightmare.
dude." It's
Sharks terrify me. I do not like sharks.
Yeah.
it's Shark Week every week for her. Dude. She's living in
Yeah.
Shark. That should be her dating.
That's
bio.
the day.
Every week is Shark.
That's the day her daddy left. Was she was watching Shark Week.
I feel that way a lot of times about like Disney
Damn.
people. I'm like, that was the last
Yeah.
time you were happy. Last time you were happy was during Shark Week, and you're just clinging to that, dude.
Damn. Yeah, if you ever stumble into our room and you see me watching Rugrats, you know times are low.
Yo,
You're going through something.
Mhm. That's a bad place. Bro. You start revisiting all fucking shows. Like, yeah.
But yeah,
think,
no, we've been into chimps lately. Like we watched this that documentary Chimp Empire.
dude, how good is it?
That
though?
was
It's
so
good.
good. It was
It's so
crazy. Like, and I got obsessed. And we watched every Planet of the Apes movie.
Yeah.
The first time
Honestly, I wasn't into.
oh wait, you went Chimp Empire to Planet of the
well,
Apes.
I
That's a
wasn't
good
in the
progression.
Planet of the Apes at the time, and
Yeah.
then I was just like, "Fuck it, let me put this on," and then I'm just sitting there like, "Holy shit, this is powerful!" Like,
I was the only time I've watched Chimp Empire. We were coming down off mushrooms, and somebody put it on, and it spun me out.
It
dude.
was transformative for me.
Yeah, it
I was like,
spun
"Oh, this
me
is."
out. I was like-
and then I like, researched it for days afterwards. I was like, "How did they do this?"
Yeah.
And then like the social dynamics was wild.
I didn't know they like went to war.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is us.
Yeah.
Just out in the jungle, dude. This is crazy.
nah. Whenever I'm feeling low, I get her to call me Caesar. Like,
The way they ice each other out too,
Yeah.
where it's like
Yeah,
if
they-
one's not like living up or like strong enough, they like
yeah.
won't talk to him or they won't
Yeah.
pick bugs out of its
They-
hair. And it's like,
they
man,
make-
you're not gonna pick bugs out of my hair.
Yeah,
I
that
thought we
really
were
got me.
cool.
That got me. When the one wanted to get bugs picked out of his hair,
Yeah.
and nobody would fuck with him. I'm like,
I-
he's at the lunch table alone, dude.
No, dude. I
Nobody
felt
will
something.
talk to this chimp, bro. He's eating lunch alone. Like, what?
goddamn Urkel.
Yeah. He's like, I got bugs in my hair, bro. Like, what the fuck?
He's just picking his own bugs out of there like a fucking loser.
no.
Yeah.
I know. Then I just have that third out of body experience where I'm just like, dude, you're eating mushrooms, feeling sorry for a chimp on TV. Like, what are we doing here?
If it makes you feel any better, I felt that way stone cold sober.
Yeah, I cut, dude. Animal videos on psychedelics is. It's
they're-
the peanut butter and jelly of psychedelics. Like, if you're ever not having a hard time,
Yeah.
Planet Earth, well, it's like a warm blanket.
You
for your
seen
mind.
that penguin one?
Oh yeah, yeah,
That one is the saddest one.
yeah. It's not great.
You seen that one?
I think the
Did I
documentary.
show it to you?
No, I don't remember. Damn,
He's
I gotta try
talking
that.
about
Those,
little
like,
feet.
Oh, little happy feet.
Sorry, fuck.
Ah,
Feet.
you butchered
I
it.
think Little Feet is the dinosaur from.
It is
Little foot.
Little
Little
Foot.
Foot,
Little
yeah.
Feet
You guys
is
are
the
fucking
band
up.
from the 70s that did Willing and Dixie Chicken. My dad loved that band. Little Feet.
And the closest I had was I did acid once and watched a Felix the Cat cartoon and thought I was gonna die.
Oh my god,
Ever
that's a
done-
creepy thing to watch on acid.
Yeah, I don't know why I would.
You did that to you, I think.
Yeah, probably.
That's like my buddy.
Well, I never done it before, so I was like, oh.
Yeah. That's
They ate mushrooms on the couch, and his girlfriend had never eaten mushrooms, and they watched Kick Ass. And
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was just watching
Whoa.
the movie, and then they looked over, and she was just going through it. Like,
Oh, no.
Because you gotta think about how violent that movie is, and she'd
So
never eaten mushrooms. They
violent.
looked up and she's just over there like, they're like, oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. That's horrific.
We should watch something nice, probably.
I think the
Yeah.
last movie I ate mushrooms was Dune on IMAX. Last time I ate a small amount of mushrooms and went to the
haven't
IMAX.
gotten into Dune yet. I don't know.
Pretty ridiculous.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Keegan's on the last book.
Yeah.
Oh.
Once I discovered Audible, I really went crazy because I prep cook for my other job, so I like bar prep. So I just have mindless hours of just cutting things and juicing. So once I found Audible, I was like, holy shit, because you run out of podcasts. You just get sick of
Totally.
Yeah, you're just like, I can't. So it's nice to do Audible, and listen to books on tape.
Wow, those are big books too, right? Though, dude.
Yeah,
It's
most
all
of
the
them.
same guy. I started dreaming in this dude's voice. Because I've been listening to like 30 hours of this guy talking, dude. He's creeping into my dreams. He's narrating my dreams. Like, oh my God. I wake up to get a water, like, he grabbed the water with contention, rubbed his eyes.
Oh,
slowly.
you became Will Ferrell from Stranger Than Fiction.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
forgot
he
about that
just
movie.
starts hearing a narrative of his life while he's.
That's
just,
exactly what's happening to me because
Yeah.
I'm listening
Yeah.
to too many books on tape. I'm just
I feel like-
constantly
I feel like you should do an experiment on yourself where you look into what audiobooks that guy's done and you exclusively listen to his audiobooks.
No,
for
dude,
like
I don't need. That's how you become a fanatic, and
Do
I
it-
show
Yeah,
up at
yeah,
his
yeah.
apartment.
That parasocial relationship.
John Willington. He's like, get away from me.
I want that moment where though, like you're out like somewhere and then you just hear the voice like just talking to his
Oh
wife
my
or something,
God.
and you're like, oh my God,
You just turn around.
I know your voice.
You're just on a plane.
Yeah.
The guy's like,
Like, sir, put your seatbelt on. And you're like, nope.
You've been in my head for 10 years.
you're just on Ambien and Xanax. You're having your first glass of wine.
you just walk up to him.
I don't know, but that motherfucker's not real. I've heard him on Audible. I would have loved to have been on that plane with that lady.
I love that lady.
I'm dying. I can't believe they didn't pan over.
It was one of the
I'm
funniest
like,
things I've ever seen.
What the fuck is the cameraman doing? You can't give me a pan? She's talking about, you're not real.
Yeah.
Give me at least one pan
Yeah.
to some dude.
Show me
just-
that somebody's real.
some
Because
fat
otherwise,
dude
I'm assuming she's right.
Yeah. I have no reason to believe she's
Hey,
not right.
that hat man is real. She might have took some Benadryl. She's in there like, I don't know. But that motherfucker wearing the
not
hat is not real. Security, get this man. Yeah, every time somebody talks about that video, I'm like, why did they not pan over?
Yeah, that is tragic. But nobody's come forward as the not real man.
I'm going to be honest. I have not thought about that video since the first time I saw it.
I don't know why it jumped into my mind.
I've seen
I'm
it a
like-
few times.
You're like,
but-
I've thought about this video. I'm like, what?
No, because I've just seen it. Like every time I've scrolled across it, like somebody will put a meme and use her, and I'm just like, oh, we missed the pan. Because it could have been hilarious to pan over to some fucking fat dude with a mustache.
Just a
Like,
guy.
what the fuck? Just some guy like, hey, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
What if
I
it's
like
like,
that he's Italian.
Hey.
Hey.
No, you're not real.
Shut your
You're
mouth.
fucking
This
fugazi
bit-
over here.
This bitch don't know about the sauce.
what if it was like a mime?
And the whole plane's just like, it's creeped out.
This lady just drank some wine and did some drugs and just lost it as soon as she saw a mime on a plane. She's like, they're not allowed to be here.
Dude, I've eaten an edible and thought I was going to lose it on a plane. I got real scared on
Oh,
the plane.
no.
Heart started
I
racing,
would
and I
never
was like,
take an edible.
I was
before
like,
got
freaking.
it.
I have. One time I got scared one time, and because they had like all these like for some reason they made us walk by this like dog like a wall of security guards and dogs,
Oh,
and I
yeah,
had
they
all
do
these
that.
edibles, and for some reason like I know they don't care, but in my head I was like, well, I just got to eat them all now, so I ate like 300 milligrams probably of edibles. And then I'm sitting there, and then I was already kind of high, and then like they make you walk, and then they make you like walk like parade in front of these security guards, and so like, and then I'm so high, and like it's my turn to go up and walk past them, and I start walking, and then I thought I was doing a good job, and then all of a sudden the security guard just goes, "Walk normally, ma'am."
Whoa.
I was like, what the fuck? And I just wasn't prepared. So I started like, I was like, oh no. And like at that point I was like, I don't know how to walk. I started looking like Bigfoot just walking across. Like, I don't know what I'm doing now. Like, I was like, what do you mean? And so, yeah, that was crazy.
Actually, I'm going to start doing that to people. I'm just going to start looking at
so
people and being
funny.
like, hey, walk normal.
I was like, damn.
Like, I feel like as soon as you say that, it becomes impossible to walk normal because
Right,
you're
yeah.
like, how do I even?
I didn't even know.
What do I do with my hands? You're like walking like you're on a runway.
Yeah. And this is in front of like a bunch of people too, so I was like, "This is humiliating and crazy."
man.
But I mean, I was just too high to be like, and I was like, "I don't know." What to
No,
do.
that's the worst thing you hear high in an airport.
Walk normally.
normal.
I want to do that to strangers in the street.
Oh my god!
Oh,
no,
that's
one time
funny.
my buddy had all this. He had wax and like pens
Yeah.
in his carry-on, and as he's walking through, he's like, "Please, Jesus, be with me." He's so nervous, so high. As he's walking through the thing, they start screaming at him, and he just turns around. He's like, "I am so sorry. I shouldn't have brought it." And the dude goes, "What? No, dude, you got your shoes on."
Oh no!
He left the shoes on, but his immediate reaction was, "I shouldn't have brought it. I'm sorry." And the dude's like, "What? Like, just take your shoes
I don't
off."
know what it is, but you guilty of something.
Did
I
they?
shouldn't have done it. I don't know.
Hold up. Did they let him go?
Yeah, they didn't check his bag. They didn't give a fuck. They were like, "You just can't walk in here with shoes." And he's like having a meltdown. Just like, "I'm sorry."
He gets to the other side and he's like, "Yes, my dildos are safe," or whatever. Or whatever.
No one will know my kink. Back to the
I shouldn't have
Chick-fil-A
brought it. That would have been
committee.
funny.
All that leather.
Yeah, that's what we
Shit,
talked about.
We did see some. What's the people? Oh, furries.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
We think we saw them at the Atlanta airport, but
You think-
it was
you
either
either
mascots or furries.
You either saw
No,
furries
that's
or
a
you
furry.
didn't.
There's no
Yeah.
mascots don't wear
Well,
their
she
mascot
had a-
uniform in
Like
the
they were
airport.
like they had like the thing
No,
that
they
they
were
was carrying,
carrying.
their heads like in their arm, and one was like a bird, and the
That's
other
a fur.
one was
No,
like,
that's a furry for
Yeah,
sure.
They have
Nice.
to take
Mascots never take their heads off in public.
Yeah, and
Otherwise,
they-
they're executed. Did you guys not know that?
Yeah.
no, I didn't
some
know.
Mickey Mouse just
I
comes
was
out.
gonna say.
He's like Departed. He's in the little fucking scrubs. He's like,
Now, one of them had a bird head, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, it looked like a falcon. It might be.
You're not a furry if you're a falcon, though,
Yeah.
are you? Can you be?
yeah, I think you can
They
be
don't have
any
fur.
animal.
It could have been a crow head, though, too. I'm
You
not
could
They
be any
also
animal.
don't have fur.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to necessarily be furry. I just think you have to be an animal.
Well,
Yeah.
one of them
Name.
had a bird head. I don't know.
And the other one, there was something else too.
'Cause
But
I
it was,
would
the other one was a
definitely-
mammal.
I would definitely be a dinosaur. For
In a-
sure. If I was a furry, I'm going.
Do they have a
dinosaur.
convention going on? Like sometimes they do that shit. I
Keegan-
wonder if they have one going on here.
Keegan, for the podcast, we should find a furry convention and
go.
show up in those inflated
Dude.
T-Rex costumes.
I can't open up that chapter of my life
No.
because if me and my girlfriend fucked in furry outfits and then it was the best sex ever.
I know.
I can't
Now
have
you
my
can't
kid-
go back.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Then you
what
have to
I'm saying.
hide
It's
it.
like-
You're
You have to
like,
hide it from your
You just-
daughters.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hide it from your kids forever.
Yeah,
And they're gonna like go through your closet one day, like
They're gonna
oh,
see it and they're gonna
no.
want it.
No.
When they're little, they're gonna be like, "Oh, these are awesome."
Yeah.
It's like my mom one time was helping my brother move, and this girl had gotten nipple tassels at a like a white elephant as a joke, and so my mom goes to help my brother move, and she's like, "What is this?" And she picks up this thing with nipple tassels. She goes, "I'm done moving." She's like, "Dude, no, that's disgusting." I was like, "That's what you don't want.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
want to do that."
Mm-mm.
And then
Yeah,
my
that
buddy
is-
Ben, in the middle of him moving, he dropped his your drawer. Everybody has a drawer. He dropped it and just sex toys spilled out.
Oh no!
And everybody that was helping him was like, "Oh my god!" And he goes, "This is my nightmare." Just literally every dirty secret I have right here on the floor.
Damn.
It's not great.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
yeah.
I'm just like, trust me, guys. I am relatively normal.
Yeah,
Just
you're
this
like,
one drawer.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
Just this one drawer.
that I never.
Look how
opened.
much shit you guys have moved. It's
Yeah.
one drawer. You moved 4 dressers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There was not. There,
They
yeah.
8
had
drawers
s-
apiece.
There
all
was no.
clothes.
There was not a single butt plug in any
Yeah,
other dresser.
everybody starts like going back to the dresser they moved. They're like, "It was heavy as fuck." What the fuck was that?
No, it's like you.
Yeah, no
You
more
look
sex
pa-
toys, but this one's full of cocaine.
You're like, "No more sex toys." I moved to Sibian. Like,
That's awesome.
Yeah. You look past the socks, the shirts I got from Target, and now you're just judging me based on that one drawer.
I don't think you can say that when you're standing next to your real doll.
But you know what? I was going to say, back in the day, it was a lot harder. To think about being a porn dad back in the day, you had a physical stash.
Of like Girls Gone Wild VHS tapes.
And just like magazines, like, do you know what a dirt bag you would feel like moving that with your family moves? You're like, no, don't touch that box. That box. Like, why is it soggy, dude?
No, you do that.
This box is moist.
Yeah, they had no incognito magazines back in the day.
Here's when you do that. You leave it in the hiding place. Keegan, you leave it in the hiding place till the move is done, right?
That's where people
and
found
then when the
porn
move
in
is
the
done,
woods.
you say, hey, I'm going to go back and make sure everything's cleaned up and we didn't miss anything. And then you put it in the trunk of your car and you don't take it out for at least a week.
You walk back in.
I feel like you bestow it on the next house owner, though.
Whoa, no, woods.
That's a response. Yeah, the woods. The woods is where porn goes to die at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had a normal ass dad. He just had that.
I mean,
little
yeah,
stack
my
of-
dad had.
little stack of Playboys and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Playboys were classy.
yeah. Well, at the time, I didn't know that. You know, it wasn't until Napster came out that I was just like,
Bro.
oh, I can download. You know,
We've talked about
I
this
can
several
download
times.
so many
I
viruses.
could break every computer in this
Yeah,
house.
nothing was riskier than sitting in your family room looking at porn. Just the clock ticking, dude. Just being
keep
like,
checking the window.
oh my
They're
God.
not home yet.
Dude, your mom would be like, I got to go take the trash can back up from the driveway. Oh, no! Can I do it?
The worst is when they had to make a phone call and you had to disconnect
Oh, my God.
from the internet.
The speed run.
Yeah.
Which, tell me this. Did it matter if we got off the phone when it was lightning outside? Was that a thing? Because when it stormed, my mom
yeah, I
always
used to hear
screamed to
that
get off the
too.
fucking phone.
In the shower, they used
Yeah,
to say.
I was
Yeah.
terrified. I thought I was going to get electrocuted in the shower. I don't think that's a thing. I think that's a
No,
bold
that's
face.
just another case of older people lying to
Yeah.
you.
That's it.
Because they don't want you to use the water or
Yeah.
electricity.
That is a boomer lie, dude.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Well,
There's
it's been
no way.
Googled. Yes, lightning can electrocute you in the shower.
Oh.
Because lightning can travel through
All right, well, I
plumbing
had
and metal.
good parents
Plumbing
then.
and water are
travel
good
through
conductors.
Plumbing?
Well, plumbing and water are good conductors. It's copper,
Oh.
the same thing they use for wires. Surrounding water, another very conductive substance. Yeah.
That's an unfortunate way to die, too. Your
I-
house gets struck.
How many people? I want to like if
I
that has
just
actually
now-
happened.
That's what I'm saying. Like, give me the numbers. This
has
might be
to.
coconuts on
Yes,
the head.
let's go
This might be
for
another
sure.
incident of coconuts.
After I'm going to be honest though, after Googling that, I'm thinking, and I don't think I heard that as a kid, and I have taken so many showers when it's a storm out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah.
All the time.
The phone
even
was a
think about
thing.
it.
My mom always screamed to get off the phone. She's like, get the fuck off the phone.
I want to.
I don't think it can. I really don't.
Yeah, I do not to like swim. I guess I was like doing.
Who knows?
Dude, it's so funny, y'all got. So I was gonna say this. We did I had a podcast from 2016 that I listened to that we did. It's called
Whoa.
Louder Than the Crowd in Savannah. And at the very beginning, the opening of it, I was like, hey, welcome to Louder Than the Crowd. I'm here with Zach Albers. I always like it when my guest brings mini bottles. And here we are, however many years later. And
Yeah.
brought some mini bottles.
I haven't changed too much.
No, me either. Me either. Lightning can travel through a landline's electric system.
Causing an electrical surge that may shock the user. May shock. I feel like that may is carrying a lot of weight.
Yeah.
It probably happened like 5
Yeah.
times.
See,
Like
my
just like a little
thing-
zap, and you're like, oh shit.
My mom told me when we were kids that her friend got attacked by a ferret, and it ran up her neck, and it bit her neck, and she almost bled to death.
Mm-hmm.
I told that to everyone my whole life. And then
Mhm.
as I was telling somebody one time, I realized that it was just a bull-faced lie, and she just didn't like ferrets. Because the person I was telling goes,
Yeah.
dude, that just sounds like your mom didn't like ferrets. And it was just like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is what
My
it
parents
is.
told me the truth, which
Yeah.
is that they stink.
Yeah.
And then the next time we went to the pet store, they're like, "Go hang out next to the ferrets for
Yeah.
a minute or two." And I did, and I was like, "You're right, they stink."
That
Like,
was
do
a
you want the whole
special
house to
kinda
sound
like-
like that?
that was a special kid. Like, there was kids that had snakes. There was kids that had lizards. And then you went over to kids' house.
The
that
ferret
had a
kid's
ferret.
house.
Yeah. I had
There's
a
not a
couple
lot.
couple ferret kids.
Yeah, wasn't a lot of love in that house, dude. that's a lawless
Yeah,
place.
Daddy was definitely not around.
No, dude.
In any of those.
Because if Dad came home, he's like, it smells like a fucking.
Yeah, I'm getting
shit.
out of here. I'm gonna go.
I'm going to the bar.
I'm
dude.
working late every
Oh,
day
it's
for the rest of my
disgusting.
life.
Yeah. I'll smell like a PetSmart in here. Yeah, we never had gerbils. We were never allowed any of that shit.
Yeah, I had hermit crabs a couple times. Like,
You're the hermit crab kid? You didn't tell me that.
That's pretty tough too.
With that little fucking lunchbox container.
yes,
you bring it home with.
exactly
Man.
what it was.
We had one of those.
That's
dude.
pretending you have a pet you love.
Exactly.
I had a
You-
mouse.
Nobody gave a fuck
You
when
can
they
only
died.
be white trash and go to Destin or Panama, Florida so many times before you come home with a hamster and crab. Like, it's just inevitable, dude. You got to come home with one of those.
Oh yeah, no, that was definitely a pet that I was like, oh shit, I guess he's done.
It
Like,
does nothing.
It does nothing.
It's a creepy little cockroach that
Yeah.
just crawls around your room. Like, no, it does
No,
nothing.
thank you.
Yeah, that. Well,
By
I
that
guess
logic,
that's all
I
my
have
mom.
a bunch of pets called cockroaches. I see them every once in a while. We play this game where I try to murder them whenever possible.
Dude,
Great pets.
I had a tough time with mice at my last house. Have you ever dealt with that?
Yeah. Well, I
Holy
mean, we're
shit.
dealing with it now.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
some mice.
It's a
Good
problem.
thing about Chicago, not too much of a cockroach problem.
Yeah. So
There
what do
was back in the day. There was a huge bed bug epidemic up
What?
there. Yeah, that was crazy.
Dude.
Yeah,
what do
I
you
had
do if
I
you
had them like in 2009. I want to say I had them. I didn't realize it. I went to I thought I had a bad reaction to White Castle. because
That's an easy mistake to make.
because me and my ex like went to White Castle,
these
and
burgers
the
are
next day I
bad.
had all these like weird shit on my arm. And I was like, dude, I think something happened because he didn't have any on him. And I was like, what the hell is this? and then they wouldn't go away. And I was like, okay, they seem like bug bites. And then after a while, because I couldn't see the bed bugs, you know,
Yeah.
and so we eventually like had like a exterminator come by and check around. And then he goes up and he just looks in the corner of the ceiling. You see that little speck of dust right there. He's like, that's a colony of bed bugs. And I was like, what the fuck?
Wait,
And
you
then-
weren't pointing at an actual speck of dust,
No.
were you?
But some people
I
will
think
react to
you're
them.
good,
some
dude.
people will react
I
to it,
think
and some people don't. So that's why I was like, oh
God.
shit!
Really?
Like
What'd
that's
you do? Just burn
oh
everything?
we did everything. Yeah, we like heated everything. We like burned shit. We would like get this thing called Damascus earth, which is like this thing that's spread it all around our apartment.
That sounds satanic.
yeah. After a while, yeah.
That
No.
sounds like you're
Rihanna.
using the power of the devil
If
to
I
keep
film
Yeah,
a
we tried to
special, I
pray.
might call it Damascus Earth. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
where's Damascus Earth.
But yeah, eventually they went away, and
The
there's not a
stage just
problem.
looks like Ari Shafir's Jew. Just candles and like Raid bottles. And there I was. It's like
Yeah.
a one-man show like Titus.
Oh, yeah. Or what's his name?
You have a couch on stage for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to. It's your apartment on stage.
Oh.
Who's that?
Yeah.
The speck of dust.
You got the Britney Spears mic.
Yeah. I no longer do comedy.
I do a one-man.
No.
Yeah,
show.
I'm
I-
Hannah
I do-
Gatsby.
Yeah. I do
Oh, yeah.
transcendence.
I don't do jokes.
Yeah.
Funny is not my objective.
Yeah.
I am
Welcome to my
spoken
comedy
art.
special.
Yeah.
You ready for every sentence to be the most powerful thing you've ever heard?
Yeah. That's
Comedy
like,
doesn't
dude,
have to be funny.
Yeah.
I had to leave slam poetry one time because I didn't know what it was, and I was just like, "No fucking way!" I
Yeah.
just couldn't take it seriously. I was like giggling, and it was
Yeah.
not the vibe in there.
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, please leave."
People constantly think that they're gonna convince me to like poetry, and like no hate to poetry. I
Yeah.
just don't
Yeah.
get it, and I don't care about it. And they're always like, "But you got it," and I'm like, "I don't understand what the fuck I'm reading right now."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, you just gotta feel it," and I'm like, "This is so dumb. I'm not. I'm, not
I'm
doing
sorry,
that."
guys. I'm
Yeah,
fucking
like,
out.
Yeah, I'd rather just
Yeah.
read like a biography or something, but
I
I just
had-
don't understand.
I had to exit a show one time that was like it was like a mix between stand-ups and like singers and like poetry. And this kid goes up there with a piano, and he just like before he starts playing piano, he talks about how he got molested as a child.
Strong opening.
Yeah. And So then he just starts playing piano, and it's like,
He starts
Yeah.
playing chopsticks.
no.
Oh, that's
yeah, that's
No,
not chopsticks.
that's not what
a
he did.
different song. And I don't know if you should say, we might want to bleep that.
I got molested. You gotta bleep that too. That is deserved a repeat though.
You don't have to bleep that. But
No, we're
anyways,
not gonna, don't worry.
But no, he starts playing like the saddest, chords ever, and then he like
Chopsticks,
starts
yeah.
singing some song, and then when it gets to the chorus, he just starts going, "I am not okay," and
Ironic
I'm-
song choice.
I am like.
Like that guy later became the lead singer of REM.
And I had to walk out the room because I was about to laugh like so hard.
Yeah.
And
You can't. And once that laugh comes on,
Yeah.
oof, it's a
can't
motherfucker.
turn it
Once
off.
it gets you,
It's
fucking,
just like-
grips in you.
Yeah,
You
I call
can't.
it the church laugh.
yeah,
It's
that's
just
what
locked
it is.
in.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no.
That's the one where your dad like, hey,
Yeah.
Dude.
shut up. Like,
I went to church when I was a kid at Grayson First Baptist with the girl that her dad was the preacher, and we were sitting in the front row, and we started getting the giggles, and we started laughing, and I was like, "Hold it together. We're doing okay. We're holding it together." And he stopped the entire sermon. It was like, "Keegan, Rebecca, do y'all want to just get up and leave?"
oh,
And then didn't say anything, dude, and I had to get up to walk out. When I got up, I locked eyes with my dad, and dude, he was just shooting me down with his stare, where I was like, this is going to be the worst car ride home.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, it was the worst. Like, when he was like, he said my name and then didn't say anything. It was like, y'all want to leave? I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, you just pissed off Jesus.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you could feel the wrath
Yeah.
of God in it.
Or at least the pedophile that he chooses to represent.
Like, you're like, why are you hard right now?
It's almost
Say
like
it
you
again.
enjoy disciplining children. All right, that got pretty dark.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, me too.
When was the last time you went back to Savannah?
Well, we got married.
Yeah, how was that? Where'd y'all get married at?
In the woods, with our backdrop was a giant "Don't tread on me" flag for our reception.
That, I could s-
That rules.
that's
Very
a pretty cool
fun.
wedding.
I was a little proud of it.
The courthouse
Yeah.
wasn't involved in that wedding.
No, we got it was very cool. It's a beautiful outdoor wedding,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you know what Statesboro is,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
yeah, there's like a little city right outside of Statesboro, which
Nice.
is where my mom and stepdad live, and
That's awesome.
we got married on their property.
yeah, I was very brave. I had a very unique bridal party.
Yeah, were they freaking out.
No, there was a few. There was some. We had a few they thems. We had a lot of gay. A lot of I had my. It was LGBTQ. Was my bridal party.
Oh
Each one.
man, yeah, Statesboro. They're
Yeah,
like,
and I
whoa.
was thankful that they came out that way. I was like, because in my head, because I've been there already, and I was like, oh, this is fine. But then like once they got there, they were like, we're on a dirt road. I'm terrified. I was like, oh,
Which if
sorry.
you don't grow up like
There's
that,
cotton fields
that's
everywhere. I'm like, I'm
alarming
sorry,
to
I'm sorry.
people. Like
Yeah.
when people hit like a dirt road, that
Yeah.
freaks people
Yeah.
out. Like if
A
you don't
little
grow
bit.
up like that, you people that aren't used to that are like,
Yeah. Nah, her mom and her brothers were there. And so my stepdad, he's got like a buggy, and I was going to take him down the dirt road. We was going to head up to the gas station. And we just
God
was,
damn it. That's the most southern phrase I think
I
I've
know.
ever
I was gonna
heard.
say, hell
Got in
yes,
the buggy,
dude.
gonna head down the road to the gas station.
Well, so no, it was the first day of hunting season. And so I'm
You
just
just
hearing
adding to
all
it.
these gunshots going off, right?
Damn,
And her mom,
it's like a
looked-
Savannah Saturday night out there.
her mom looks at me and she's just like, "Is it okay that we're like driving?" I'm like, "Nah, they can't shoot too close to the road. Like, we're good." Take a right, and there's a deer dead in the middle of the street.
He's just taking my mom through a war zone in a buggy in Georgia. They're like, what?
No, don't worry. We have on press badges. It's not a big deal.
There's literally like a 10-year-old like digging through the deer. And I was like, all right, I think we might need to get the fuck out of here. Like,
Dude, if you gotten my parents shot.
yeah.
We did shoot our first guns right before our wedding. That was very
That's
cool.
awesome.
I had never shot a gun before.
What kind of gun did you shoot?
I think it was what they call an AR-9, which
That
is
was one of them.
and then a
Yeah.
shotgun
We
and a
did
pistol
shotgun.
and
Yeah,
was that it?
45.
It rules. Yeah.
It was
Shooting outside
so fun.
rules.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we had some guy named Hot Dog that just took us out to a yard.
There
God
we go.
damn, bro.
That's
Y'all got the full experience.
Oh yeah,
Shooting guns with somebody named Hot Dog.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Welcome to Statesboro, baby. We're
absolutely.
here.
I kind of want to go shoot with
Yeah.
Hot Dog.
You gotta go shoot with Hot Dog,
Hot
and then we
Dog.
like invited him last minute to our wedding, and then we're like, "Who's this guy?" And we're like, "That's Hot Dog."
Obviously.
It's fucking Hot Dog.
Yeah.
I
Show
thought you,
some respect.
I thought you loved me, but if you don't know who Hot Dog is,
Who was that guy that shot his gun into the air as soon as y'all kissed?
That was Hot Dog.
Hot Dog. Yeah, my family's so country. I've told it before, but when my cousin got married, they were like, "Do you Gator take?" Oh, sorry, John. They called him Gator at his
Yeah.
wedding.
His name was Gator. That rules.
I was just like, "Oh boy, we're fucking trash."
Yeah. Now, my dad married a woman from Louisiana, and her son's name is Teaboi. And,
Is that
wait,
his
wait,
actual
like
name?
hyphenated Teaboi?
well, see, this is the thing. His own mama calls him Teaboi.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Teaboi.
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 Yeah. Literally.
English
Teaboi.
breakfast, Teaboi.
Hey, T-boy, get in the buggy. We going down to the gas station.
Now, when Courtney asked me what his actual name is, I'm like, shit, I don't think I know. Like,
He's like, I think it is T-Boy.
Terrence, actually.
It's actually Terrence.
It's got to be Terrence.
Theodore. It's Theodore Belvedere. It's T-boy.
You know how bad it would piss him off if I got there, like, to do some brother ribbing? Just be like, hey, Theodore. Hey,
You never know his real name until you're all getting arrested.
Yeah.
And the cop's like, Theodore Belvedere, stand up. And everybody's like,
He doesn't stand up. He's like, no,
yeah, you have to shoot me.
use my real
Yeah.
name.
I feel like that's like something too, like at a funeral where they're like, Theodore was it? And everyone's like, who the fuck is that?
I mean, or it could be because when I went to jail, they asked me aliases, and it was everything inside of me to not just spitting off aliases. He might have been
Oh, yeah.
hammered in jail.
Just let
Like
some
any
rip.
alias? Yeah, T-boy.
That is Key, a.k.a. Chopper, a.k.a. Dude,
Yeah.
AKA Teddy B.
a.k.a. Steal Your Girl, a.k.a.
Matter of fact, if I do get arrested here, I'm going by Caesar.
Yeah, hell yeah. Caesar.
That's a good one.
God. You can also know me as God.
That would be the best. Any aliases? God, AKA Yahweh, AKA Allah. No pictures, please.
Yeah.
Told you I was coming back.
Dude, this dude's a problem.
Yeah, did you see the video? Or it was like an audio of a guy calling in to like 911, and he broke into a Pizza Hut, and then he just says that he was Jesus, and like he's like he's like, hey, I just want to let y'all know I just broke into the Pizza Hut, and they're like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Jesus, and they're just like, I mean, like, what is your actual name? He's like, Jesus. Like, and it's like, all right, who are your parents? He's like, God.
Mary
like,
in the spirit.
Yeah.
He's like,
I don't know my daddy.
They asked him what he.
He's a ghost.
They asked him what he took. He goes, I had a Mountain Dew.
I feel like he just dined and dashed to Pizza Hut and
Yeah.
got one Mountain Dew.
Hell yeah. I love that guy.
I mean,
What else is Jesus gonna do? Jesus will come back and be like, whatever, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time.
I mean, that's all you do.
Yeah.
Is you got to do the do if you're in there. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the do if you're in there.
You got to do
Got
something.
it.
A
Jesus.
Mountain Dew, it was probably a tap Mountain Dew off the fountain.
oh yeah, he was just
Ooh.
itching. I bet.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, what was he going to do?
He's like, I haven't had one of these for over 2,000 years.
I got the good ice.
They got the good ice. I just rolled a
And
rock.
that red cup.
Yeah, I
Oh
just
my
rolled out of
God.
the tomb.
The plastic adds to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, you can't out Pizza the Hut.
Matter of fact, they got a standalone Pizza Hut in Lake Oconee.
We got very
Yeah, they
excited
do.
about
I've
that.
had that Pizza Hut a couple times.
Oh yeah.
I used to run a show out there.
In Lake Oconee?
There's a brewery called Oconee Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
They have a huge event space, and basically the issue was it's not a great comedy space unless you can pack it out,
Yeah.
which is like
I've done
300.
a few of those.
Which is like 300 people.
Right.
Sure,
Because
yeah,
it's
okay.
just like high ceilings.
But there
all
really
that
is nothing
stuff.
else to do out there. The internet doesn't work. It's like,
Yeah.
what else are they going to do, though? So I could see why you'd want to try.
Think how far it is from here. It's like 2 hours from here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't do any advertising. We would have like I think the worst show had 40 people.
Yeah.
So like we were having audiences.
Yeah.
But it was
But just not 300.
not enough to make it feel like it was a fun show
Yeah.
for me. I think the first one we had like over 100, and that was great. And then it just kind of started going down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you can like advertise it though, like we keep hearing about all the old money over there, or new money,
New
Is it new
money.
money or old
Yeah.
money that's over there.
It's
New money.
it's money.
Yeah.
I think it's just money.
Something I don't got.
Yeah, something I have no idea.
Yeah,
I'm so
I don't know
far-
either, but I'm like,
I'm
yeah.
so far from a lake house, dude. I'm like, dude, what?
yeah.
I'm a broken leg before you got to put me down. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way. It was like I went in there because my girlfriend's pregnant with twins, and they were talking to us about postpartum contraceptive, and I'm like, probably pull and pray. I mean, how much is this snip, dude? I don't have. Yeah, I've been pulling and praying. I was, for whatever. I only had one slip up, and now we got 2 kids.
That is amazing.
But they had in the doctor's office on the pull and pray, they have a diagram of an erect penis with a cum shot coming out. And dude, I was giggling so fucking hard.
Did
I
you
could
take
not,
a picture of it?
Yeah.
I did. My phone's in the other room. I'll show you after. I was laughing so hard, but Christina was like, rein it in. She's like, the doctor's coming. She's like, quit going through all the drawers.
It's hard not to do that.
Percocet?
though.
Stop.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking
Is
for
there
the
any
script
Percocet?
pad. Yeah, where's that script pad? I know
It's all rubber gloves. You're like, damn it.
Yeah.
It's all
like,
rubber
we
gloves
got
in the
we got
walrus
twin daughters on the way. Stop acting like you're 14.
Yeah, I know. Which is crazy because
Wait, you guys go through the drawers at the doctor's office?
Yeah.
absolutely.
I've never once done that.
I haven't either. No.
How are you
Okay,
not
I-
going to take the
I mean, I'm just looking.
the sticks out and put them in your mouth and go,
Yeah.
I'm a walrus. You're not going to do that?
I'll just take
No.
a peek, like what's in this, what's in here. It's nothing for anything cool, but I'm just sitting there. Why
I'm just
not?
sitting there. They got me sitting in there like an
Yeah.
asshole.
Also,
They do
I-
let you sit in there for
For a
while.
while.
Your appointment's at 9:30, 10:45. You're
I feel like they're always. Sometimes I'm like, am I on camera? And they're watching. Like, what are they gonna do? Like when you get like interrogated,
I
and
thought
they have
about
to
that
like
too.
check to see
I
like
thought,
what you're doing
my
beforehand.
whole folder that they come in with might just be my behavior
Yeah.
when they're not in there.
They're like, you didn't tell us this, but we are diagnosing you with.
They're writing you scripts. You're like, what's that for, dude? You ain't sat still in an hour. I know. When they were doing the
you
ultrasound,
did
of
walrus
the
teeth
babies,
for 45 minutes.
Yeah, you have autism, sir.
yeah, the babies were kicking, and the lady was like, "Damn, they're moving around so much." And then Christina and the doctor looked over, and I was like pacing back and forth.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, I have walrus
It
teeth
just-
in. You're just,
If I hear that paper crinkle one more
oh,
time,
yeah.
It is a terrible sound.
Hey.
It's that and styrofoam are like two of the worst sounds.
It is. You know what I can't stand? ASMR. I have whatever is. I can't stand it. Like when people whisper or eat. Like if somebody's eating on microphone, I'm out. I can't do it. It like
I'm pretty sensitive to sounds like
Yeah,
that too.
yeah, yeah.
We have a guy that we do have a guy. Never mind.
don't.
Yeah. Uh-uh.
Now, we'll give you a guy if you give us a guy.
that is my favorite. When you're with somebody, you go, we have a guy, and then you both exchange
Yeah.
a look like, don't do it.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
Yeah. It's all right.
We're good
He
people.
was talking about doing a show in a big space where there ain't that many people.
Mm-hmm.
You can lead into that.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's happened
So-
a lot.
I did want to talk about a couple things. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was I told this story on this podcast, but do you remember that we did that charity for battered women? Do you remember doing that? Do you remember what your opening line to that was?
A charity for battered women.
It was like for battered women and children. And the guy came out, the host, comes out, they played the saddest video, like a Sarah McLachlan like highlight reel of like
the ASPCA.
Of women being hit.
of literally
No.
like crying
Donate
children.
today. And the women are just like,
And it's like everybody's in shirt and ties, and then he goes, "All right, our first comedian, Keegan." And I was like, "Dude, they gave us this big speech about not cursing, not telling any jokes." My biggest bit at the time was about my mom spanking me, so I was just like, "Oh no!"
you're like, I'm going to flip it around on him.
Yeah,
We
so
get battered too.
No, Zach's opening line was he comes out, he's like one of the last comedians. He goes, "They told me what this charity was about." And I said, all right, I'll definitely do it. Because I, too, have been a victim of abuse. And dude, it gets so silent. And all the comedians are in the back like, what is he about to say? And Zach just goes, I, too, am a Comcast member. This crowd just, it was like got leveled. I was like, oh, my God.
That's amazing.
I was like, that is maybe my favorite opening line of like, it was great.
What a way to break the ice.
Too bad he
Seriously.
was last. There was a
Oh,
smooth a trail of comedians in the back just going, I fucking tried. I tried, dude. They don't like it. They don't like it.
I was thinking about being battered too much. Like, I don't know how to.
You're like, hey, I get why table 12 was battered. I get lady's a bitch.
It'd be funny if they were like the worst hecklers too, and you guys were just like, "Shut the fuck up!
Oh,
This
yeah.
is a show."
That would be.
Hey, I'm about to hit you and donate $20, bitch.
Every comedian left angry.
God,
was
no.
like, they just
Worse
won't
off
stop
than
yelling at
before.
me.
It's like, oh, we created new batterers.
I was like, I used to like women before this.
Yeah, I just got in the car, turned on Chris Brown. I motherfucker. I swear to God.
You know, maybe that Andrew Tate's onto something.
Immediately, Andrew Tate podcast. Dude. That guy. No, we did. I wanted you to tell the story about when we did the biker rally in Savannah. So it was our first year of comedy. You remember this?
Oh, yeah.
You want to tell? You want me to start?
You started.
All right. So we're going to go to this thing. They tell us it's a charity. Turns out, funny story, it's a battered women's charity. So we go there. We show up. Dude, when we showed up, it was a legitimate, like, Sons of Anarchy compound. Like, they didn't tell us it was, like, a biker rally. So when we show up, it's
This is in Savannah.
yeah. So it's, like, for real,
Yeah,
the
scary.
clubhouse. Yeah. We walk
Yeah.
up, and everybody's like, slowly kind of putting it together. So then when we go to walk in the clubhouse, this was the first red flag. The lady was like, oh, no, Derek can't come in here. And I was like, damn, dude, did you forget your ID? I didn't even put two and two together that Derek was black. I was
Oh
just like,
my God.
oh, this is not the best. And Derek's like,
This is about women. You guys are next week.
Derek immediately was like, dude, I'm going to go stand outside. Like, I don't even want to.
Yeah.
Like, don't press it.
No, don't stand outside of here. Stand outside of somewhere else.
Dude, this place was the worst. So we get up there. It's like Sons of Anarchy crowd. But people going up not doing well, you know, as you could imagine.
Sure.
Yeah. Bikers, famously not great for comedy.
Yeah, famously not the best audience. So the one dude during my set just goes and, like, gets on his bike and just starts revving the engine, like, just in the middle of my set. And I'm like, oh, cool, that's very mature. You know, like,
You think that was his way of laughing though? Like when people snap during like Slam Boundary, he's like, I like that one.
You actually might have crushed Keegan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never
I'm
know.
crushing and I start a giant debacle. Just fuck this guy. And who was there? It was your mom and who?
My mom and one of her best friends, Lynette.
You brought him or they were just hanging out?
Well, once, I told my mom I just told we were told that there was going to be like 300 people
Yeah.
there. So we were I was like, holy shit,
outdoors.
this is going to be our
Show.
first time.
And you're a year in, so you don't know that that's always a lie.
Yeah, exactly.
And right over there, we're like, this is gonna be wild,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
We're going by like just garbage piles. We're like, dude, it's gonna be outdoors.
Yeah,
50 of the drunkest people you've ever seen.
yeah. Yeah, we got there. There was maybe 30, 40 people there. And
Yeah. I would say 15 against their will.
yeah, exactly. And
That's good.
Yeah, some spouses that didn't want to be there.
I thought you were saying captives of the biker gang.
The
There were a
initiation
few
guys.
of them that
I
were
mean-
chained up.
They were captives, but they got a wedding ring.
But yeah, they got this guy's just revving his engine the whole time Keegan's up on stage. Couldn't hear a fucking word he was saying. So then he gets off. I go up, and guy is still there. And I was just like, I'm just gonna wait till like he turns it off. Like,
Just staring contest a guy on a motorcycle.
maybe
Yeah.
he's ready. Maybe he's waiting
yeah,
on
maybe
his Uber.
he's taking a while to pull out.
yeah. And so then my
Warming up the
mom's-
engine.
My mom's friend Lynette gets up, looks at him, and just yells out, "Either shut it off or get the fuck out of here."
Your mom's friend in this?
Lynette did.
Oh yeah.
The reaction of the people in the crowd was so severe and scary because the other bikers were like,
Yeah. My man
And this is at a battered women's
Yeah.
charity.
My man shuts the bike off.
I think this was more of a charity for battering women.
Yeah. And
we're funding somebody's bail. He hit
Yeah.
his old lady.
For
Yeah.
battered women charges.
Yeah.
That's what this is the charity is for.
You're like, oh, no, it's not battered women. It's a battery and assault. Oh, it's a list. It's a list of offenses.
yeah. They were trying to see if we were cool. Yeah. But yeah, he shut the bike off, gets off, pulls a pistol out, starts walking towards Lynette. And I mean, Lynette kept going.
Yeah, she did not
What?
back down.
Lynette was just like, "Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!" And he's like walking towards her. And then, yeah, the bikers came up to Lynette like, "Ma'am, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
he will kill you." And
I
she-
feel like, let's be real though, at the bikers clubhouse is probably the least likely place that they're going to shoot you in the head
Yeah.
because they don't.
Then you're
wanna
out of the
murder-
club.
But, well, they don't want to. They don't want to murder people at their house. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, I feel like that's the place where they're going to play tough and not murder you because that's a lot of cleaning.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that bikers are not that into cleaning.
Right.
Well, I don't know. They do meth. So it might just,
Oh,
the
that's
vibe
true.
of the
Good
party might
point.
just shift. They
Nah,
might get
they
the
gotta-
shlongs out.
No, they got a bunch of battered women to do that.
To the moon.
Yeah, they go
Clean
Gleason
that
on
blood
them.
up.
Yeah.
No, but dude, what I remember from it was when she was screaming and the guy pulls the gun out. All the guys got up because I was like, well, at least we're here with a bunch of bikers. You know, they can wrangle this man in.
That
Not
thought has
one-
never been thought before.
At
least I'm here with a bunch
well,
of
I thought they would
bikers.
be like, chill out, dude. They could, because I was like, I can't
Yeah.
tell this guy to chill. He has a gun out.
Yeah.
But maybe his brothers and no,
The
they went
brethren.
right up to her like, shut the fuck up, because they knew better. They knew better than to say anything. Then when you start looking at his patches, he was the only one with like 1%er. He was the only one with all these patches on his vest. You're like, oh, this
You're
is,
like,
this
oh.
is the guy that kills people.
Oh, that's why Derek's not allowed in here.
Yeah. They probably would have been cool with Derek being there if that guy wasn't there.
Yeah,
Like, if that guy had the sniffles and didn't come out.
Yeah. Like finally.
they're like, hey man, I definitely would let you play, but Randy,
Yeah,
Randy's
Randy
up.
showed up. He's been drinking, so just
Yeah.
as long as a middle-aged lady doesn't yell something at him, he should
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah, that was our first year in. That was Chris Davison, friend of the podcast, was
Yeah.
the one who got us that show.
Chris, man who has
I think
driven
he was
farther
I
than
think
anybody.
He was involved with it. Either him or who else got it.
I think it was a girl who was a part of that biker club.
I know, but who knew her?
Probably Chris.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was insane. I remember being like, just a year into comedy, like, oh my God, we're about to see somebody get shot. I was just looking around, just gathering details for the court, you know? While I was standing next to the
Trying
racist
to memorize
clubhouse.
faces.
Just like, dude, this is no good.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then and you were closing, so like what happened after that?
The guy did. Luckily, he got on his bike and left.
That's what's crazy
Rode
about
off into
us.
the
This is
sunset.
what's so crazy about comedians. We finished the show because we're insane people.
Yeah.
For 20 people that were just like shook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
is
then we walk
unhinged.
Dude, then we all get in like a fucking taxi with Bath and Body Work baskets because they loaded us up. Like, we're so sorry. You can take
Leave it to comedians to do a battered women charity, have a woman get a gun pulled on her, and then you guys walk away with all the stuff that women like.
Hey, we can't help it.
Yeah.
It was insane.
so
it's just
funny.
crazy where shows take you at like an
Oh,
early
yeah.
point because
Yeah.
you don't say no. You just do
Yeah,
everything.
you just agree.
I mean,
to
you remember
anything.
Jimmy Mac's? That was a biker bar.
That was a terrible place.
When I first started comedy, I started in El Paso, and one of the open mics I would go to regularly was a Mexican biker bar, and I didn't do well there ever. I
That's
never
rough.
once did well there. Let's say that.
That's rough because you don't even speak the language, so I can't tell when the tide
Yeah.
is turning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody
I
could
mean,
be
they weren't paying
outwardly being like,
attention.
I'm going to beat his fucking head in, and you're just like, oh, yeah, dude. Ah, dude. You want a beer?
Yeah. You get off stage,
Yeah.
you're like, dude, I think I just killed.
Yeah, that guy ain't murdered, bro. That guy wants to get my autograph.
Yeah.
I had a buddy who I reconnected with like a year or two ago from when I started in El Paso. He was like a couple years ahead of me. And I didn't know until more recently that he had been stabbed at that bar doing a set.
Oh my God. That's the
Yeah.
worst heckle. That's the
That's
worst
the
heckle.
worst one.
Stabbing is the worst heckle,
Yeah.
dude. It's not that serious.
Yeah, you see like comedians who only do like
That
comedy.
or
Only-
you'll get it. Like
Yeah.
that kind of heckle, those are the worst heckles.
Well, no, people
No, you're
that
doing
only
good.
do comedy clubs complain about bridal parties
Yeah.
or like brides. What is that called?
Bachelorette
Bachelorette.
party.
Bachelorette
parties.
parties. And it's just like, oh nah, you didn't get stabbed before, did you?
Yeah, you had a group of pissy bridesmaids. You
Yeah.
didn't get stabbed in the
Yeah.
stomach
Yeah.
where you're bleeding out. And it's like, that's when you really notice that comedy, you're around a bunch of fucking idiots. Because if you got stabbed, nobody would know what to do. Everybody would
No.
just be
That
standing
is
true.
true.
Drunk and high as shit like, fuck, dude. Fuck, dude.
Actually,
Are
I
you
don't know.
doing a
Crazy.
boomerang on TikTok right now? Just, yeah.
Wait, let me stop my recording of my set. Oh, and then I'll call 911.
Actually, weirdly, I feel like a lot of comics are either have been in the military
Yes.
That's
or
true.
Oh, we had a
I've-
stolen
I've kno-
valor guy.
I've known. Whoa.
What? Dude, tell. We got, dude.
Yeah, whatever I was saying doesn't matter.
no,
now.
please continue. I will tell it afterwards.
No, I forgot it.
That's stolen valor.
Well, a lot of comedians are military, but I remember in Austin there was this guy, and I forget his name, but for like a whole year, he told us that he was in the Marines. He would literally like wear like uniform. He would talk about the guns. He would talk about being in battle, all this stuff. He'd go on stage, have all these jokes about being in the Marines.
In uniform?
Like, well, he would have,
my
like he would, like,
Holy shit.
everything about that you would think, like, we had no reason at all to
Right.
question it. And then,
And none of like the actual veteran people noticed.
I think that, well, that's how he got caught, is that somebody else came onto the scene that was an actual veteran and started asking him questions like what platoon or whatever it is. I don't know anything about military, but, and then he got caught up in that lie. And then that guy went on like a whole expose thing and just went like,
Oh,
this guy's a fraud. He's never been in anything. Never saw the kid again. No idea where he is.
Yeah.
He just completely disappeared.
That's what I was going to say. You have to leave. You have
Yeah,
to leave
what are you gonna
town
do
like
after
it's
that?
1986.
Yeah.
You got to just go, dude.
Yeah. I remember his name now. I'll tell you guys afterwards, but it was
Holy
crazy.
shit,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, nuts.
I would
crazy.
love to catch somebody on stolen valor. Now that I think about it, that would be so fun.
That'd be your Joe Rogan
Dude,
moment,
just
dude.
crush somebody.
Carlos Mencia, that's your Joe Rogan moment.
Yeah.
Well, who was that one guy that lied about the 9/11 thing?
Rana Aziz.
Yeah, somewhere I feel like that. Like you just like couldn't
That's
think
just a crazy lie where you're like,
Yeah.
what are you? Why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
What was
Why
the
are you
point
doing
of
this?
that?
Like,
yeah.
I get it if you're telling it once to like get pussy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like,
Right.
Hey, shame
But I
on
don't even know how
me.
you apologize for that. Like, my bad. I just faked something about my whole
everybody's just
personality.
like, looking at you like, you're a sociopath.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even ask.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did you lie? Why did you paint this picture?
Yeah.
The Trevor Noah one was craziest. felt like. Did you hear about
Which
that?
one was
Uh-uh.
that one?
He did a bit
'Cause
about
I-
how, like, to be like, oh, I have such a hard life, where somebody sent him a mysterious white powder he thought was anthrax, which is just a fabricated story that he did on a special. But he
Ooh,
did
are
it
you
as-
sure that's Trevor Noah?
I think it's Trevor Noah.
No. That's it's an Indian guy. Not Aziz.
Russell Peters?
No.
I'm just gonna start naming off other.
No, there's three big ones, and it's the other guy.
Akash Singh? No.
Oh. Fahim Anwar.
Nope.
No.
Damn, that's crazy though.
You
to
better
make
start
up-
Googling anthrax comedian before we start.
Yeah. Before we,
Yeah.
No,
Start
but it
naming.
is
It wasn't
crazy.
Trevor Noah, but
That's crazy. Like, why would you make that story up? Like, what is going on in your life?
Hassan.
Oh yeah, Hassan Minaj.
Hassan Minaj.
That's who did that.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God!
Wow,
Why?
I really thought that was Trevor Noah.
Why would
That
you
looks bad on me.
Why would you fabricate this story?
Yeah. He also told some story about going to prom with like a white girl, and the parents wouldn't let her do it. And
Oh yeah, and then that
the
whole
parents
family came out.
Like the family was just like, hell,
Yeah.
no, they didn't care at all. Like,
See, that's wild to make up that story in like 20,
yeah,
24.
he didn't do
like
it
nobody,
comedically. He acted like this really happened.
nobody's
to
on
him.
Facebook. Like,
And they're just like, we had no problem with our daughter going to prom with him.
Yeah.
Like, you're making us look like, like,
I feel like some people just don't have the capacity to do interesting stuff, and then they're like, if they want to do something, they have to make it up.
yeah.
you know.
Mm.
All right,
Nah,
so
I
Yeah.
mean, I make up jokes, like, but
No,
it
I
don't-
mean,
yeah, it don't.
But there's something in there. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not
you,
teaching
You can
you a
exaggerate
You
a
don't
story
pretend
for
that they
performance.
happened to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're telling a story that's true, you can exaggerate in the story, but you can't make up a whole story.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
sake of the
hates Bert Kreischer for doing shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, yeah.
Well, it's so
Hassan-
obvious.
Yeah.
Like when it's just like this never happened.
Yeah.
Like you know.
Yeah, and then you're just stuck in a whole. Then I just would rather not, because then you're stuck in that image.
Yeah.
Then you're like, you know, a
Oh,
58-year-old
you're just a
man taking his shirt
professional
off. You're
liar,
like,
you
oh my God,
know?
what have I done?
Yeah.
What have I
No,
done?
I'm a fraud. Just looking in the mirror, like,
Oh, it's like the people that get popular off like the one-hit wonder. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
For the rest of your life, you're gonna be playing this fucking song, just chained to a stage. God damn it,
The
dude.
jukebox hero for eternity.
Also, I wanted to be on record. I wasn't here to take up for Trevor Noah because I think he sucks too.
No, you just wanted to point out.
you're like, not my
racism.
Trevor.
You're like, actually.
Nah, I wasn't trying to, but I've heard that story, and I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, I know who did that. And
Well, I don't know. I was wrong.
I
Oops.
always loved that Shane Gillis. One of my favorite things about Matt and Shane is that Shane Gillis in the early podcasts would just trashes all these famous people, and then he has to meet them.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And so slowly, like, people leak audio from like the 2017. Like every time he has a picture with a celebrity, they're like, "Oh, funny."
Yeah, got you.
Yeah,
It's like 4 years ago.
You
You're like, "No,
probably-
they fucking suck."
yeah. I don't know.
We'll start
Did-
shit so bad online.
Yeah, because he had a clip come out, and he's always talking about hanging out with Drake. But then he had a clip coming out where he's calling Drake a pedophile
Yeah.
from like 2018. You're like,
I mean,
yikes.
but is he wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I'm convinced now.
Nah, it's just
Whop,
like-
whop, he's a pedophile.
Yeah, what would I do if Joe Rogan asked me to be on his podcast? Like,
Mushrooms.
Suck a dick, old man. I'm the future.
Just be a complete dick the whole time.
Here's the thing. Let's be real. If you were able to do that in a way that was public enough, that would probably blow you the
That
fuck
would
up.
Yeah.
Being the guy that said no to Joe Rogan because I'm the future.
Yeah.
Rovan would do that.
Ravon would do that.
That's hilarious.
Now I have to do it if I ever
Yeah.
if somehow I ever get asked to do.
No,
Roe
you
Rogan.
immediately become a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You're just like
You break like the pull the curtain back like,
Yeah.
oh, none of this is real, guys. Everyone's like, you break the mold and then
I've
comedy
always thought
changes forever.
If I ever got like an opportunity to do like a late night spot, I would just eat mushrooms and just go out there tripping my balls
Oh, that would
off.
go so bad. I bet.
Yeah, but it would
So
be
bad.
It could be your viral
late
moment.
night.
Comedy and mushrooms is impossible, I think. It's very
no,
hard.
It's very tough.
I can't speak
It's
and
like-
everything's moving and
It's
I'm like, this
putting
is
a puzzle together on stage
Yeah.
in front of people.
100%.
It's not good.
I do not like it. I can't do it.
I don't know.
But
I
it
don't think
seems-
I've ever done it.
It seems like it's gonna be fun. You're
Yeah,
like,
you
oh, this is
think,
gonna
but then you're like, oh no, I can't. My brain and my mouth are not connected, and my eyes are going two different ways. This is wild.
Yeah, I'm staring at the person in the front table's drink.
Yeah.
Just looking at it like,
Just saying the gayest shit possible. Yeah.
and cracking myself up.
Yeah.
It's not great. Yeah,
Well,
psychedelics
Keegan, I've
are
told
good.
you, I know, I'm aware of a show that happens monthly in Las Vegas where the whole thing is that the comedians have to do psychedelics before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy is giving it to you and then watching and being like, you took that, the show starts in an hour and a half.
He's just in the back, like,
Just to
yes.
make sure.
Yes, my friend. Just being a creep.
Seems like a real scary idea.
Yeah, that does seem wild. It
Also-
seems like it's definitely his thing.
Yeah, it's got to be your thing if you're going to do that.
Yeah, that's a lot of liability. Somebody just have a meltdown.
Well, nah, it was a fun one when you remember Stephen Mays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had moved to Seattle for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
then
forgot about that.
yeah,
He was on the run.
Uh-oh.
Good.
Oh.
he was on the run.
You
But
guys
he-
got some
he
tea?
to-
Ross?
He told me a story about doing a show where he sat at the bar and got like a couple whiskey cokes, and the showrunner came up to him like, "Hey, I just saw you had 2 whiskey cokes. Are you gonna be okay to do the show?" You're just like, oh, y'all different. Here. Like, y'all, I don't.
Yeah, you're like, oh, trained professional. 912, you about to see. You're like, wait till I start drinking where you don't see. Wait till I start going to the bar next door.
Yeah. I know. If it had been me, like, I would have been like, I had like 10 beers before I got here.
Yeah.
These are only the drinks I'm paying for.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did
this
that.
doesn't count what's in my pocket.
Yeah, they did that to me at my brother's wedding. I was the, yeah, we're about to wrap it up.
Okay.
They did that to me at my brother's wedding. I was boozing down, having a good time. The lady that was running the wedding came up and she was like, are you going to be okay to do your speech?
At a wedding?
Yes. I
You're
was
like,
like,
oh,
first
trust
off,
me.
you're
First of all.
fired. dude.
Trust me, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fired. Wait till you hear the speech. I'm about to light your ass up, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome to the roast, bitch. I get
Wait.
up there like, hey, we're here to celebrate Blake and Danielle and not this raggedy bitch.
Yeah, you just are roasting her.
This bitch tried to cut me off. I'm cutting you off.
You
This
gotta
woman
be
who
hammered
has
for a
no
wedding
bearing in
speech.
this relationship that we're here to celebrate
Yeah,
whatsoever.
she's connected to no one in the room and still trying to be the boss.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all so much for coming on, man. I appreciate y'all.
This was so much fun.
Thank
This
y'all.
was
I
great,
appreciate
yeah.
it. Y'all got anything to promote? Anything coming up?
We're
We're gonna put your ads in the comments and the information.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. I got a bunch of videos on Instagram that
Okay.
are
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
tag you in it.
they're hitters. And yeah, we're doing a couple don't tells and then Wormhole on Saturday night.
Nice, man. That'll be fun. Wormhole will be fun to go back.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
absolutely.